Raja Public School after your Dashera break. Hope you are well rested and you are taking care of yourself. Now dear children, you have to pay attention and wear mask. Wash your hands regularly whenever you are going out. Take care of yourself. This is your maths teacher Pallavi Singhal, and now we are going to start our new chapter. So dear children, the chapter after half yearly is fractions. We have also discussed fractions in class 4. So let us recall what we have learned in class 4. So here we will be discussing what are fractions, examples related to fractions, need of fractions, parts of fractions, their examples, then types of fractions, proper fraction, improper fraction, mixed fraction, like fraction, unlike fraction, equivalent fraction, operations on fractions, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, comparison, greater than and smaller than, how does the denominator come, how does the denominator helps us. So these are the things that we are going to discuss in this lesson. Now let us recall what are fractions. Fractions are for counting part of something. So what are fractions? Fractions are something that we have to count. But here we have to count a part of something. Loosely speaking, a fraction is a quantity that cannot be represented by a whole number. So, fraction cannot be represented by a whole number. So, a fraction comes from the Latin word fractus. Latin is an ancient language as Sanskrit is an old language. This I have just discussed in class 4 also. So, a fraction is a number that can represent part of a whole. The earliest fractions were reciprocals of integers, ancient symbols representing one part of 2, one part of 3, one part of 4 and so on. Now, what are the examples? Just look here, look at the clock. So here, we have just discussed times. We know that 1 hour has 60 minutes and here the minute hand is at 55, so we can also write the time as 55 upon 60. Isn't it interesting? Then here, look at the kiwi. This is one whole and then half of it. So we can write it as 1 whole and half, 1 and half. Here look at the cake. It is divided into 12 parts and then taking out one part, how many parts are still remaining? 11 parts are still remaining. Then this is it, pizza piece, 1 upon 8. This one piece, cake piece, we can write it as 1 upon 12. Then here this is an apple and 2 more pieces. So this can be written as 2 upon 10 if the apple is divided into 10 parts. So these are the examples. Now what are the need of fraction? Consider the following scenario. Can you finish the whole cake? Suppose you are given in your birthday a whole cake. Can you finish it at one go? If not, how many cakes did you eat? 1 is not the answer. Another 0. You have neither taken the one whole cake, neither you have not eaten 0. So this suggests that we need a new kind of number, that is fractions, where we are not able to completely eat object given to us, and if we are eating it into parts, so we cannot say that I have not eaten 0 because we have taken some pieces, but we can also not say that this I have eaten the whole one, pura kha liya maine. So here we need to, there comes the need of a new type of numbers. These new type of numbers are known as fractions, parts of fractions. So what are the parts of fractions? The denominator tells us how many congruent pieces the whole is divided into. Suppose you have taken the cake and you have divided into 12 pieces. And after 12, you are going to eat 2 pieces. So, here where you have divided the cake into 12 pieces, this 12 is the denominator, which is telling us about the whole, how many parts the whole has been divided. The numerator tells us how many such pieces are being considered. So if you have taken 3, you will say I have taken 3 out of 12. So this is also represented in the form of a fraction. This is a upon b. So I am the numerator, I tell you the number of parts. What does the denominator say? I am the denominator, I tell you the name of the part. Numerator tells us the number of the part. Denominator tells us the name of the part. For example, how much pizza do we have below? The blue circle is our whole. Look at the pizza. The blue circle is at whole. If we divide the whole into 8 congruent equal parts, the denominator will be 8. We can see that we have 7 of these pieces. Therefore, the numerator is 7 and we have 7 out of 8 of the pizza. Is still remaining to be eaten. 1 upon 8 has already been consumed, finished. Now, we also discussed types of fractions in class 4. So, there are different types of fractions: proper and improper fraction, mixed fraction, like fractions and unlike fractions, unit fractions and whole fractions, and equivalent fractions. So today we are going to recall what are the different fractions that we have learned in class 4. Proper and improper fractions. So here, look at the picture. Here 1 upon 4. So this is telling that I am smaller. Here we have 2 pizzas where 1 is whole and 3 by 4 part of it. So this is 4 plus 3, 7, 7 upon 4. I am bigger. So in proper fraction, the numerator is less than the denominator. And in improper fraction, the numerator is greater than or equal to the denominator. For example, 4 upon 2, 9 upon 5, 6 upon 6. So every whole number is a improper fraction. So we recall what is proper fraction and what is improper fraction. Now mixed fractions. In mixed fractions, a whole number and a proper fraction are together. For example, 2, 1 upon 4, 16, 2 upon 5, etc. Mixed fractions and improper fractions are same. We can use any to show the same amount. Now look at the example. Here, this is 1, 3 upon 4, or we can also write it as 7 upon 8. So, 1, 3 upon 4 is a mixed fraction, and here 7 upon 8 is an improper, is a fraction that we get. Now conversion. Improper fraction can be converted to mixed fraction, and mixed fraction can be converted to improper fraction. So to convert improper fraction to mixed fraction, divide the numerator by the denominator. Here. So if the improper fraction is 9 upon 8, so 9 divided by 8, we get the quotient as 1 and remainder as 1. So 9 upon 8 can be written as 1 upon 8. Then mixed fraction. Mixed fraction can be converted to improper fraction. Multiply the whole number with the denominator. Add the numerator to it. The answer is the numerator and the denominator is same. So here 2, 3 upon 7. We multiply 7 by 2. So here 2 is a whole number. So whole number is multiplied by the denominator. And the numerator is added to the product. 2 sevens are 14 plus 3 is 17. 17 sub upon 7. So 2 3 upon 7 is converted to improper fraction in this manner. Like and unlike fractions. In like fractions, the denominator of the fractions are same. So here 1 upon 5, 8 upon 5, 3 upon 5, 4 upon 5. So all the denominators are 5 of the given fractions. So these are known as like fractions. What are like fractions? Fractions having denominator as same are like fractions. What are unlike fractions? In unlike fractions, the denominator of the fractions are different. 5 upon 4, 5 upon 1, 5 upon 8, 5 upon 3. Here, the numerators may be same, but the denominators are different. So, these are unlike fractions. So, unlike fractions have all the denominators different. Like fractions have their numerator different, but denominators same. Now, unit fractions and whole fractions. In unit fractions, the numerator of the fraction is 1. For example, 1 upon 2, 1 upon 4, 1 upon 9. In whole fractions, the numerator of the fractions is 1. So 5 upon 1, 8 upon 1, 3 upon 1. These all will represent 5 upon 5, 1 is 5, 8 upon 1 is 8, 3 upon 1 is 1. So these all represent whole fractions. So now this is what we have learned up till in class 4. Tomorrow we are going to discuss equivalent fractions. So now you will read your textbook, page number. This was your homework yesterday, but you will read it again. Page number 51, 52, and hope you have done the exercise given on page number 53. So tomorrow we are going to discuss how to convert fractions into equivalent fractions and what are equivalent fractions.
Flour. Fill 1 upon 4 of it with soft butter. Then add 4 upon 10 kg of sugar, 1 upon 3 tablespoon baking soda, 3 upon 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence.
What happened? Why did you stop?
Hey, what are you guys up to? It is Mom's birthday today.
So we are baking a cake for her.
Wow, sounds great. Well, I'm trying to read this recipe and I don't understand some of it. Like here it says 1 upon 2 kg mold, 1 upon 4 soft butter, 4 upon 10 kg of sugar. How much are these quantities exactly? What are these numbers, Dhruv?
These are fractions.
Fractions? What are those?
Fractions. 1 upon 4 would mean 1 part of 4 equal parts. 3 upon 6 would mean 3 equal parts of 6. And 8 upon 16 would mean 8 of 16 equal parts. 1 upon 4 can also be read as 1/4 or 1/4 or a quarter. Similarly, 3 upon 6 can be read as 3/6 or 3/6 and 8 upon 16 can be read as 8/16 or 8/16.
Okay, so you write it as 1 upon 2, 1 upon 4.
Yes, these are called fractions. A fraction consists of a numerator and a denominator. The denominator tells how many total parts of the whole has been divided into. The numerator tells how many of those parts are being represented by the fraction.
So Dhruv, here we have a half kg mold. Let's fill 1/4 of the mold with soft butter.
1/4 of the mold with butter.
3 upon 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence.
3 upon 2?
Upon 2? That is not correct. How can there be 3 equal parts out of 2 equal parts?
That is an example of an improper fraction. Actually, there are several types of fractions. Let me explain it to you. There are different types of fractions. Let us learn about these fractions. A fraction in which the numerator is less than the denominator is called a proper fraction. Examples: 1 upon 4, 3 upon 6, 4 upon 7 are proper fractions. A fraction in which the numerator is greater than the denominator is called an improper fraction. Examples: 9 upon 8, 25 upon 6, 15 upon 7 are improper fractions. A fraction which has a whole number together with a fraction is called a mixed fraction. Examples: 4 and 1 upon 2, 9 and 3 upon 5, 6 and 7 upon 9. Fractions with the same denominators are called like fractions. Example: 3 upon 8, 5 upon 8, 9 upon 8. Fractions with different denominators are called unlike fractions. Example: 4 upon 7, 5 upon 9, 1 upon 2. 3 upon 2 spoons of vanilla essence would mean
You said it is an improper fraction as the numerator is bigger than the denominator.
correct. The teaspoon has to be divided into 2 equal parts as the denominator is 2. And 3 such parts would mean 1 teaspoon full and another half of the teaspoon to be used in the cake. This can be written as 1 and 1 upon 2.
That is a mixed fraction.
Excellent, a mixed fraction. So we see we can write a mixed fraction as an improper fraction and similarly an improper fraction as a mixed fraction. Let me explain it to you. To convert a mixed fraction to an improper fraction, multiply the denominator by the whole number and add it to the numerator. The result is the numerator of the improper fraction while the denominator remains the same. For example, 6 and 2 upon 5 equals 5 into 6 plus 2 equals 32. Thus, 6 and 2 upon 5 equals 32 upon 5. To convert an improper fraction to a mixed fraction, divide the numerator by the denominator. The quotient obtained is the whole number. The remainder is the numerator of the fractional part of the mixed fraction and the denominator remains the same. Example: 32 upon 5 is an improper fraction. Divide 32 by 5. The quotient is 6 and remainder is 2. Hence, 32 upon 5 equals 6 and 2 upon 5.
So, 1 teaspoonful and another half a teaspoon of vanilla essence.
So what is next?
Well, 4 upon 10 kg of sugar, 4 upon 10. So we make 10 equal parts of 1 kg of sugar and we need to put 4 parts into the mold.
Correct, but we can simplify this fraction further. Here, I will show you how it is done. A fraction is said to be in its simplest form or lowest term if the numerator and denominator have no common factor other than 1. We can simplify any fraction into its simplest form by using any of the two methods. Method 1. Divide the numerator and the denominator by the common factors until they have only 1 as the common factor. Let us take the fraction 6 upon 12. The common factors of 6 and 12 are 1, 2, 3 and 6. First, let us divide the numerator and the denominator of the fraction by 2. 6 divided by 2 equals 3 and 12 divided by 2 equals 6. Hence, we get 3 upon 6. 3 upon 6 is an equivalent fraction of 6 upon 12. The common factors of 3 and 6 are 1 and 3. Again, divide the numerator and the denominator of the fraction by 3. We get 1 upon 2. 1 upon 2 is also an equivalent fraction of 6 upon 12. 1 and 2 do not have any common factor other than 1. Thus, the simplest form of the fraction 6 upon 12 is 1 upon 2. There is another method of simplifying fractions. Method 2. find the HCF of the numerator and the denominator. And then divide both the numerator and the denominator of the fraction by it. This is a faster way to find the simplest form of a fraction. Let us take the fraction 4 upon 12 as an example. Here, the HCF of 4 and 12 is 4. So, we divide the numerator and the denominator of the fraction by 4. 4 divided by 4 is equal to 1. And 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3. Hence, we get 1 upon 3. Thus, 1 upon 3 is the simplest form of 4 upon 12.
So, 4 upon 10 kg of sugar when simplified would mean 2 upon 5 kg of sugar. That is 2 out of 5 equal parts of 1 kg sugar.
Let us hurry. Mom and Dad will be here any moment. Correct. What is next, Kabir?